Hello and welcome back. It is the last day of February. I'm really not sure where this month went. I promised you yesterday was February 1st. I don't know what happened, but it is time to do the February block of the month. It's actually past time, so I apologize for that. But the month got away from me and well, here we are, last day, so I'm forcing myself to do this today and put all other things aside. We are going to work on the February block of the month. And well, here's the block. Here's the charm pack that goes with it. We are going to pick 10 of these out, and that's what we need to use with this. Now, we have to go to the shop because, well, it's time to open the shop. So I'm going to do this one from the shop today, just so that I can assure myself that this one gets done today, the last day of February. So let's go to shop. To get started, I had to cut down some squares a little bit in size. Because Kona started reprinting these patterns, I can't give dimensions anymore, but well, you can do it the size you want to do it or whatever. I still want to do it because there's people out there that have bought this pattern and they want this video, and others can adapt it to whatever size they want. So I'm going to show you how to do it. I cut these charm packs down a little in size, and now I need to take my dark ones, which would be white or black or whatever your background color is, and I need to draw a line diagonally across from one side to the other. So I've got 10 of these and I've got 10 of these. Well, that one's got a string. So I've got 10 of each sets, the colored squares and the background squares. And I need to draw a line diagonally across here. Now, if I'm using white, I could draw it in a mechanical pencil. I could draw it in a disappearing ink pen like these. I can use a pen like this. There's multiple ways you can draw that line. But because my fabric is black, I'm not going to see it with these type pens here as easily. So I've got these pens, and these are multi-mark pens. They're 6-in-1. If you're in my age area, you'll remember these type pens we had in school and we loved them. Well, this is a marking pen for fabric. It's water soluble, so it's a step above those other pens. So now we're going to use it, and because this is black, I'm going to pick the white. You just turn this top to whatever color you want. It'll be displayed in this window right here. I'm going to do white because that'll be the easiest to see on this black. So when this line here turns white to match this up top, then I'm ready to draw my line. I just push my ink out, and I'll get a ruler and I'll draw this line across here. So I got my ruler. I'm going to line it up like this, and I'm going to draw my line diagonally across this fabric like that. I'm going to do that for all of my background pieces. And I won't do it all to show you here. You get the idea of that. But then I'm going to pair it up with one of these, line them up, and I'm going to stitch a 1/4 inch on this side and a 1/4 inch on this side. Once I do that with all of these, I'll be back to you. So I'm going to make sure they're lined up. I'm going to stitch a 1/4 inch on each side of that line. And I'm just going to chain piece them. I'm going to grab another one, line it up. Then I'm going to take it to the machine. I'm going to stitch this one a 1/4 inch. And just so you don't have to be bored sitting here watching me do all of this, I'll do that for each one of them. I'll line these sets up, draw the line them up, one print to the black, stitch them just like I'm doing these. Then I'll turn them and I'll sew on the other side of that line for all of them. I'm just going to chain piece them all. get done sewing them all like that, I'll cut my thread, cut them apart, and then I'm going to cut down this line that we drew, right down the middle of those 2 stitch lines. And that'll give me some half square triangles. And when you open them up, they'll look like that. Then we're going to trim them to the size we need them to be. And then we will come back. Once we have sewn them all, we've ironed them open, we are ready to trim them down. So we are going to trim them down to the size we need them to be. And once these squares get trimmed down, we will come back and show you the next step. For this block, we're going to need our half square triangles. We're going to need some squares, and we're going to need some rectangles. But for right now, we're going to set the rectangles aside. And these are the background fabrics. We're going to set the rectangles aside. We're going to use these 2 units. So we're going to take this and arrange it like this. Just pick 2 of them and then fill these in with these squares. So there's 1 block. We're going to make 4 blocks with these right here. 4 blocks that look like this. We're going to just sew them together and then sew the top to the bottom. So we'll take this piece, flip it over on this piece, and stitch down this at a 1/4 inch seam. We'll take this one and lay it on top of this one and do the same thing, stitch a 1/4 inch seam, and line them up. Then we'll cut them apart and iron these units open. Once you have these units like this and they're ironed open, we put them together. We grab our pins and we'll take these seams and line them up and then pin them when they're lined up. And then we'll stitch a 1/4 inch down this line here. Once you get that sewn, it will look like this when you open it up. We are going to make 4 of these units that look like this. So I'm going to put that one to the side. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to take 2 random blocks, take 2 like this, and I'm going to sew them together the same way I did this last one. Once I get 4 of these units sewn together, we'll come back and do the next set. For the next step, we're going to take 2 of these blocks and we're going to put them together like this, where the colors are on the outside, and a flying geese with a black or white, whatever your background color is, should form here. So I'm going to sew these 2 together like this, right sides together, and stitch a 1/4 inch, and I'm going to make 4 units that look like this. So here's my first one. There's what the first one looks like, and I'll iron it open in just a minute, but I'll need 4 like this. So I'm going to take 2 more. Colors on the outside, background color in the middle like this, right sides together, sew down this line. Everything's a 1/4 inch. Seam allowance, I mean. And And then here is my second one. I'll iron it open in a minute. I'll grab 2 more. And do the same thing. I'll stitch it right sides together right here, line it up. When I get all 4 of them done, then we'll move to the next step. We've got these units made and we've got these units. We are going to take one of each and line them up like this. The background fabric will go on top of your flying geese unit. You will line them up like so and then stitch down this side at 1/4 inch. So I'm gonna line them up. So we'll pin it like that. We will stitch this 1/4 inch. I've got my pins out just a little bit further so I don't run over them when I'm stitching. Then I'll take my pins out, open it up, and I'll have this unit right here. So I'm going to make 4 of these, and then I will be done with this set of units. So I'm going to do the second one the same way, the third one and the fourth one, and then we will work on the next unit after that. Now that we've got these sets done, there's 4 of these, and these sets done, there's 4 of these. We're going to put those to the side, and we've got 4 pieces left over. We're going to put the black to where they're all in the center, or the white, whatever color yours is, and we'll put them like this. So they form this pattern. Now I don't like 2 yellows over here, so I'm going to flip it around just to give it a little bit of difference. And I'm going to sew this piece together to make it one piece, just like we've sewn those others together. Line this up, do a 1/4 inch seam. And then stitch this one together the same way. Cut them apart. And then press them open. I'm just going to finger press these, but press these open. I've got one seam going this way, one seam going this way. Then I'm going to put them on top of each other, pinning them in the middle. And then stitch all the way down this side. What you've got is this piece here, and now we're ready to put our block together. The way we're going to put this block together is this is our center. So we'll put that in the center. We will take this piece and put it here, 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 and here. You want these the background fabrics on the outside. Then you'll take these. You want a background piece in the corner, a background piece in the corner here, and in the corner here. So that is what your block will look like. Now we're going to do it like we do all of our blocks. We're just going to take it unit by unit, put one on top of the other, stitch a 1/4 inch down this side, When that's together, we'll do the same thing by adding this one to this side. We'll do the same thing for these 2 rows, and then we'll sew our rows together. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll show you what the end product will look like. Now that we have finished our block, this is what it looks like. Turned out to be a cute block. It will be 18 by 18 inches in size. We will square that up and get it ready with our stack of the other block, and then we'll continue adding to it each month. I will try my best not to wait till the last day of the month to do the next block. In fact, my goal this weekend is to get the next block done so that you have them ahead of time. Therefore, you're not waiting on me to see what the block looks like. For now, this is the block. We're done. We are going to move to the next block, start working on other projects today. This weekend I'll get out another one for the next block, and well, you'll have that for reference if you need it for your block for March. That is all. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, whatever you're doing. Hope it involves sewing or quilting in some way. And well, until next time, happy quilting.